It's now the opportunity for the events team to have a huge financial impact on the company in a way that's never been done before.
Join us on an impossible mission to grow our business 50%. Welcome to the journey.
So the race is on to try to compete with every other business on the planet during the holidays. And what we're trying to do is come up with a plan for the rest of December. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I like your festive sweater.
We've started using some of our new messaging that's based on the research that we did about the emotional connection.
I think we learned yesterday from Kim that some of those messages are not converting on Facebook, right? Talk to me about that.
It's frustrating because the people who were surveyed, it's like they're saying one thing resonates, but their purchase behavior doesn't reflect what they're actually saying.
So I think this is the core of the issue. All of our Facebook ads, for the most part, have been targeting prospects who visit the sales page. Is that correct?
Yes.
And we delivered that message to them on the sales page and they still didn't buy. That's probably a signal that there's something else that will motivate them to get off the fence.
Well, Kim has found in her testing
Yeah.
that the sale message
Works.
works in Facebook ads.
If we take an objection and infuse a little bit of this stuff into it.
Right.
For example, we know you care about content. We know you need to make your plans for 2019.
Yeah.
And we also know you're on a budget. Did you know that you can get a sale that ends this week? And when you come to the conference, you will get direct access to the speakers. You'll be able to talk to them, shake their hands, ask them questions.
Yeah.
You see the kind of the hybrid model?
Right.
We're about to meet with Talia Wolf to go over kind of some of the split tests that we've been doing and to talk about messaging. Hello. Talia. How are you?
Hi.
I'm great. How are you guys?
Doing outstanding. The main categories you want to hit over and over again, Talia, were what again?
Actionable content, one-on-one with the speakers, confidence, and tribe. When we started melting things together and just showing how everything works with each other, it works much better.
So do you recommend we get more aggressive in our communication with our customers?
I think you should. Every time you create an email to the mass list, you should be separating out the past customers and just editing it so it's more for them.
That's an interesting idea.
Okay.
One of the things that we're working on this week is to go after all of our core customer bases and try to persuade them to come to social media marketing world.
People who've been to the conference before, people who've gotten the virtual ticket, society members. We wrote one body message and then we customized an intro for all of our different customer groups. Looks like we're getting some sales off of it, so that's good.
We know that the stuff that I'm working on with you is not going to be like an instant solution. It's going to take time. The current strategy is to maybe just send one more message next Tuesday and then let it go kind of the week of Christmas and then hit it hard right after Christmas. That's the current plan. It's a cold, rainy day in San Diego.
It is.
And I'm wearing my long sleeve Life is Good shirt instead of my short sleeve Life is Good shirt. We're about to call Phil, Nicole, and Deb Mitchell on the events team. It's now the opportunity for the events team to have a huge financial impact on the company in a way that's never been done before. I want to play a podcast Seth Godin did with Amy Porterfield.
Let's say 1,000 people sign up for your online course and you want a community for them. How do you create these smaller circles?
We've had 6,000 people in the marketing seminar, and we figured out how to make subgroups. We figured out how to encourage people to find the others. Once they're in it, then extraordinary magic happens. Not only are they transformed, they're surrounded by people who are transformed.
We recently hired a gal named Talia Wolf. Her expertise is really how to get at the emotional core message that is faced by your customers. Loneliness is mentioned frequently, and so is the need for a group of people that understands them. So many of these marketers work inside of a company and their job is to do this thing that nobody else understands. They want connections.
Thinking back on what we've done, people were happy to find their people. They didn't want to overall network with everyone, but the educators wanted to talk to the educators. They wanted to hang out with each other and they wanted to be together. I think we've seen that across the board in lots of different industries.
I'm here to hypothesize that there's a direct correlation between the networking activities we do leading up to the event and the tickets that we sell.
100%.
100%.
Because when we get these people connected in their little tribes, we get them talking about the conference and we get them excited about the event and we get more ticket sales. In an ideal world, we would have the ability for people to begin connecting with their tribes the moment they purchase a ticket.
We have 1,000 balls up in the air. We are working on a new mobile app. We are working on, so we're going to use Facebook groups and break them down into really like small little niche groups where people can connect and engage, meet each other pre-event, and really try and make the most out of the conference.
What if the events team did a weekly webinar, and every week it was for the new people that joined?
Yeah.
And it was all about how to find your tribe. And it was all about teaching them, here's all the resources we've got for you. You don't have to wait to the conference to start getting value out of this. I mean, Phil, that would be freaking awesome, don't you think?
I think this could be revolutionary for how we do the conference.
It'll be really fun to see how this all plays out. I think it's really cool to see the research go from start to finish, helping people build their tribes and find their people and develop communities and connections with folks through the conference will really go a long way towards getting people wanting to come year over year.
Over the last couple of days, I've been doing some deep analysis on whether or not the things that we've always done are the things we should continue to do. And one of those things that came up for question was,
Okay, so for whatever reason, I could hear like a lot of dragging in the background. I told Jen it sounded like someone was dragging a dead body through the background. And what we've decided to do...
Now I can hear it.
please join me on The Journey. Subscribe now and be sure to hit the bell so you don't miss any of our future episodes.